Light TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Monday Morning Digest. I want to welcome you today. This is another exciting day. It's the 24th day of March 2025. As you can tell, we're coming to the end of the first quarter of this year. I hope you are having a great time. I hope you're moving your goals and you're getting near to achieving some of your first quarter projections for your business, for your life, for your whatever it is that you had anticipated to accomplish. And so Monday is an interesting day, but it's also a very good day to talk matters that are to do with business, entrepreneurship, politics, law, governance, and everything in between. And today we have an amazing conversation, a very unique opportunity. A lot of people are not talking about this, but you're going to really benefit from the conversation we are having here. Today we are talking about commercial forest farming and conservation. And this is a subject that a lot of us, I have not had people really talk about it. So there are secrets, investment and business secrets that are kept away from, especially us people in the city. We don't have forests here, and whatever forests are here are owned by the government. So not much you can do about them. So let's join in a conversation. I'm joined this morning by a pair of a father and daughter. Can you imagine? Reverend Benjamin Karanja right on my extreme left, and Reverend Karanja's daughter, one and only, very entrepreneurial lady called Damaris Karanja. Welcome to the show. Amen. Amen. Yeah. So I'm going to give you each a minute or a second to look at this camera, welcome our viewers, tell the people in Nyahururu and the other places where you are affiliated to join us in this brief conversation. So we'll start with you, Reverend, and then Damaris here, and then after that we'll kick on the rest of the conversation.
Thank you, Pastor, for this opportunity and even granting us this opportunity to be here, so that we can discuss and let know our viewers that there is something we call commercial forestry. Actually, I'm from Nyandarua County. As you have said, I'm Pastor Karanja, Reverend Karanja, and I am a family man, and I'm also a pastor, pastoring with Deliverance Church International under Bishop Dr. Mark Gichuki.
Right.
And I'm in tree growing. Part of my life I've been in the tree growing.
All right.
There we are.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Karibu sana. Karibu sana. Welcome to the show. Today, I believe we're going to be asking you a lot of questions. And you unpack for us all these ideas and secrets that we might not be knowing. So, Madame Damaris, please look at which one? Look at that camera, the one right in front of you, and introduce yourself and welcome your friends who are viewing.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. I am Damaris Karanja, and I'm glad to be here. I am the founder of DABEN Miti Enterprise Limited, where we establish and manage commercial forests, and I look forward to having a wonderful conversation. And I welcome all my friends in Nyandarua County, in Nakuru County, and even in Nairobi County to tune in for a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much, Damaris. And welcome to the show. I'm very, very happy to have you guys here. You know, when I was, you know, connected, linked, I thought this is a very, very, very amazing idea and a venture, actually. So I think we'll start with you, Pastor Benjamin.
Yeah.
I think you can give us an overview, and you can start with how you got into commercial tree or forest farming, and maybe just open up that space and pack it for us. What exactly does it involve? Give us even scale, because if I plant 3 trees around my house, I can't say I'm a commercial forest farmer. Even if I intend to grow them and harvest them for wood, something like that.
Actually, I developed an interest in forestry in my early ages when I was in high school.
Okay.
I think that is the time you start realizing what would you like to do.
Okay.
And I wanted to pursue a forestry course.
Okay.
But I don't know whether to say fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't qualify.
Okay.
Because my papers betrayed me. To be admitted in a forestry college.
Okay.
But the beauty of thing, this is a gift.
Yes.
And a gift, you can't go to be trained about the gift. It comes from God.
Yes.
So it went on becoming strong and strong. And from the family land, I started, you know, planting trees. I requested my parents to show me where I can start planting trees because I could feel it so strongly in me. And then I started growing trees. The year 2004, that's when I started growing tree from the family, the extended family land, before it was demarcated, so that each could have its own portion. You can understand that that's how African way of, you know, inheriting.
Yes.
Then from that time, the interest started growing and growing, and up to now, it has expanded. Right now, when I ventured fully in tree growing, and get this word, tree growing, because tree growing is different from tree planting.
Oh, okay, okay.
Those are two different words.
Yes. It's one thing to plant a tree, but it's another thing to grow a tree.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Because my inspiration, I get it from the Bible.
Right.
As a pastor, that's where my inspiration comes from. If you read Genesis chapter 2, in verse 9, you'll see God made a tree to grow.
Okay.
And making is a process.
Right.
That is why I normally say I don't do tree planting.
Yes.
I grow tree.
Okay.
That means I grow with my trees. So I started doing it commercially.
Okay.
And in the world we are living in, there's a lot of things when you get into commercial enterprises.
Yes.
And I found that I could not go far alone.
Okay.
Because of the systems and the structures in the country. So I had to bring on my other people who are doing it, but I had to persuade them, this is an enterprise. This is something we can live from.
Yes.
Because all along we have been thinking that forest belongs to government.
Okay.
Because when we were growing, we met forest rangers with guns and uniform.
Yes.
So we thought that forest belongs to government.
Yes.
Only to realize later that you can practice forestry on your farm.
Yes.
And it brings good return.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You've already opened up several things, but I'm going to hold you there because I want to hear Damaris' story. So how did you get into this forest commercial farming? I'm sure your dad is part of the inspiration. But yes, now you are right in it. You part of the enterprise, actually. It's like, it appears the credentials that
Yeah.
you are a director. I assume you are a director of DABEN or Miti Enterprises.
Yes, yes.
All right,
thank
so
you.
tell us.
So, like you have said, it is true. He has played a great role. He is the inspiration together with my mom because we have done it as a family. Right from when we were young, I remember my dad, he gives me a story. He always tells me of how when we had a tree nursery, I used to go to him as he's doing the weeding, and sometimes I would pluck out a tree seedling instead of a weed.
Right.
And I think that is where now it was trickling down to me. Maybe I guess that is when it started.
Right.
But later on in life, I realized that my parents are doing commercial forestry, and it has become of great impact to us as the children.
Yes.
We are 3 siblings in our family,
Right.
and my parents have been able to provide to take us to school, good schools. I will not say not bad schools,
Yeah.
very good schools because of commercial forestry. So getting to see that commercial forestry can be a benefit, an economic empowerment. And then I realized there was a research that was done recently by Carefree that over 750,000 hectares is idle land. So and this belongs to individuals. So that is where I realized there is a gap. And these people are usually not on the farm. Like you said, there are so many people in towns, so many people in diaspora, they have land, but it is just idle. So that is where DABEN or Miti Enterprise comes in. We establish commercial forests and manage for them so that we also empower them economically. And the name DABEN, to explain a bit, is a combination of Damaris, Benjamin, and Jerry. Those
All
are
right.
my parents. And then Wamiti is simply of trees. So that is how DABEN Wamiti came to be.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Your story, I think, is so inspiring. Viewers, as you follow this conversation, I am talking to some amazing people here. These guys discovered there is so much wealth in the commercial forest farming. And unlike some of the young people that are coming off some of the social sciences that are, talking about climate change and all that, I mean, a lot of respect for climate change and the activism around it. There is a whole different approach to the issue of, caring for the environment. And maybe I know maybe it might be early to start this, but I think we can link it up with the conservation part of it. Perhaps, Reverend Ben, you can explain to us the conservation aspect of it. How did that combine? Because I thought that we must bring in the conservation part of it.
From the onset, Pastor, I said that I get a lot of inspiration from the Word of God.
Yes.
And when God created man and positioned him, or he put him into the Garden of Eden, 2 things God told him. You must work on it, and you have to take care of it.
Right.
Work on it.
Yes.
And keep it.
Yes.
Working on it is the commercial aspect of it.
Yes.
Because there is no way you can work and fail to get something from your working.
Yes.
And he's the blesser of what we do.
Yes.
Keeping it is conservation.
Okay.
Though, therefore, conservation and commercial forestry, they have to go together.
Okay.
And conservation is making sure that the environment, it is kept the way God created it. But the commercial is where you do it commercially. You plant and grow trees, then after a given time, you harvest. And then you get value out of it.
Okay.
That is the commercial part of it. And we are doing both of them.
Okay.
Conservation, there are trees which are very good for conservation. And especially the indigenous trees. We are embracing, or we are encouraging our farmers because we have an organization of all the farmers all over Kenya who are practicing commercial forestry. So we want to team up with the rest of the world because of the conservation, but in a very small scale, because it was an uphill task encouraging our farmers to do the conservation way. Because indigenous trees, when you plant them and they are the best in conservation, you will not harvest them during your lifetime. It's a tree which will take 70, 80 years or even 100 years to be harvested.
Okay.
So telling a commercial forest practitioner to do conservation, you'll have to do quite a lot of research and you know, convince him or her.
Okay.
And this is how we are doing it. The conservation, the trees which are very good for conservation, they have other benefits which you can reap.
Okay.
Even during your lifetime. One, they are very good for carbon sequestration.
Okay.
That means you can earn money through carbon credits.
Okay.
These indigenous trees, they are also very good in enriching the nutrients of the farmland. And especially when you are doing it agroforestry way.
Okay.
You are doing agriculture and you're also doing the farming, the crop farming. So they can enrich the texture and the nutrients of the soil.
Okay.
Because they are very good. The indigenous trees are very good for agroforestry. There is also the issue of beekeeping.
Okay.
Like a tree, we normally call it dobea. It's a very good tree for beekeeping. So after doing that, now our farmers, in a small scale, they have embraced the issue of conservation. Because we have to team up with the rest of the world in conserving this great earth.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
I love that. I really like it, and that's very good. And even carbon credit. Some of you have just been reading about carbon credits. There is somebody here who knows how to hack that system. So you better bring in your questions so that we can talk about it. So I'm going to ask Damaris to talk about you actually just threw out a very nice number about the number of acres of idle land. I think you talked about 700 and something?
750,000 hectares.
750,000 hectares. Which then now gives the case, brings out the case for commercial forest farming. So let's think like business people. If I have 1 acre of land, is it sufficient for me to get involved in this, or is that too small? What are the minimum? How much land do I need to have for me to begin to think I can get into commercial tree farming?
Thank you. So we have been able to, the majority of our clients range from about 1 acre and above, but it is possible to even start from 50 by 100.
Oh, is
because
it?
Most of the customers here, and in the event of the subdivision of land, there's so many, there are so many 50 by 100s around, and that is why we've been working with real estate developers, these ones who sell the lands, and we are saying even the 50 by 100 is possible, because for the customers, they are looking for passive income, and most of them have the 50 by 100s, and we are looking at how we can accommodate everyone, because nothing is too small. It is workable. So that is the range. If you have a 50 by 100 and above, 50 by 100 is about, I think, an eighth of an acre. Yes. So it is possible. And so far in the past 2 years, we've been able to work with over 30 customers, large-scale farmers. But we are looking to see how we can that's why I've said we have started integrating even those guys who have 50 by 100s, and it is really working. So it is doable. Even when you have a small piece of land, it is very much doable.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You know, I'm here just to vouch for, I'll tell our viewers, I'm here to vouch for myself. I have interest. Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I know I have some idle land,
Yeah.
and you are God sent.
Yeah.
So if you can show me how to make money,
Yeah, I will.
So,
Yeah.
so what kind of so let's say maybe you can now unpack a little bit that Reverend Benjamin. When you think about commercial forest farming, the real trees that really have money, I think that's some of the things I'm sure a lot of people have never thought. If I wanted to grow, I like the idea. It's not just planting trees; it's growing trees.
Yes.
I want to grow trees that can give me money. What are we talking about?
Before I answer that question, I would like to add on what Damaris has said.
Yes.
When we say an eighth of an acre, we are very much cognizant of neighbors.
Yes.
It is an eighth where you don't have very close neighbors.
Okay.
They are not ready to settle soon. Because if you develop a forest, you'll have, there are regulations and laws.
Yes.
How you can practice a forestry where you have neighbors.
Yes.
So when we are at an eighth or a quarter, we have to be very careful, know whether, because there are many cases, we have to know who are the neighbors, because your neighbor may not be interested.
Yes.
But if the settlement is taking too long, you can come up with a forest.
Okay.
Instead of making that land to be idle.
Okay.
Now, coming back to your question, personally I have done, from 2004, it's close to 20 years.
Right.
Actually 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah. I have done 3 types or 3 species of tree.
Okay.
One is cypress, because we come from high potential area. We have high potential area
Yes.
for commercial forestry.
Yes.
And that's where now cypress do very well.
Okay.
We have pine pachura.
Yes.
It's also doing very well. I have done it. And I have harvested those 2 species.
Yes.
That's why my daughter is saying they are beneficiary. Yeah.
Yes.
And currently I'm on eucalyptus.
Okay.
And I have a reason as to why
Eucalyptus.
I'm on eucalyptus.
Yes.
And because of the dry land, because we have also 70% of our country is dry.
Yes.
We in collaboration, we don't work or we don't practice commercial forestry in isolation.
Yes.
We have to work with government agencies like Kenya Forest Service, who have been so instrumental, and also the KEFRI, who are mandated for research,
Yes.
Kenya Forest Research Institute.
Yes.
And I'm happy to report to our viewers in the dry land areas. We have a very, very good species by the name Maria Fokensi, and it is also called Mukau, doing very well in dry areas like in Kitui, Machakos, and all the other parts of our country which is dry. We are introducing that tree to our farmers. It is a hardwood tree, doing very well, high value tree. So having done with those 3, I have concluded that I will now be in eucalyptus.
Right.
Because the rotation period,
Yes.
or the time it takes for maturity is shorter.
Yes.
And it has many end products.
Okay.
Unlike the cypress and pine.
All right.
When you harvest it, you convert it into timber.
Yes.
Then that's the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah, of course you'll get some money.
Yes.
But with eucalypts, and there are many species of eucalypts,
Okay.
depending which can do well in different places.
Yeah.
We have a NAP, which always guide us on how to do species matching.
Site species.
Site species matching.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you give us, or if you give Damaris work,
Yes.
to establish a forest for you,
Yes.
she will not just go and buy trees and come and plant,
Yeah.
like most of Kenyans do.
Uh-huh.
She will come and test the soil, apply the application, see which is the best. Of course, will ask you, which type of tree would you like to plant?
Yes, yes.
That's a question she'll ask.
Yes.
Then she will help you.
All right.
Yeah. So after that time, I have really seen there's a lot of potential. It's a what can I call it? We are sitting on gold mine.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Pastor. We are sitting on gold mine.
Yes.
And that is why we have come together as farmers who are practicing farm forestry.
Right.
To unlock this great potential.
Right.
Unlocking this great potential. The economy of this country can be transformed by farm forestry.
Wow.
I have an experience.
Yes.
Much of my wealth here on this earth is from the forestry.
That's amazing.
The other day we acquired the third car in our family, and we did a thinning in one of our forests which we are anticipating to harvest in the near future. We did thinning, removing the ones which are not very good. And the mother has a car now. Courtesy of forest.
Yes.
But you have to do it in a sustainable way.
Okay.
That is why we have the Kenya Forest Research Institute.
Okay.
That is why we have KFS, where we get technical and advisory services.
Right.
Because from the onset, I did it wrong.
Okay. Okay. I like that bit of you did it wrong.
I did it wrong.
Let's bring in Damaris. I'm sure she wants to speak into that. Yes.
Yes. So I think to pick it up from there is there's a conventional way that our parents did, and I'm bringing up the aspect of integrating the youth with the young people,
right? Because
there was how we were doing things, but now with the improved technology, we are easily uptaking it. Like we said, like he mentioned about the site species matching tool, for us to come to your land and determine the best species, we have a tool that we use to decide on the best species, the best type of tree that would fit your geographical location or the geographical location of your land.
Right.
So I think with all this advent of technology advancement, I think I really appreciate my dad for bringing me on board as a youth.
Yes.
Because it's sparking out a lot of how we can progress.
Yes.
Or fast track commercial forestry, because there's a lot of potential. So we are looking to see how we can link farmers who have trees to the market, because there are very many sawmillers. So because for like the eucalyptus, the pine and the cypress, they are very high on demand out there.
Yes.
So we are looking at how we can integrate that into our technology, technology into our business.
Yes.
Which is a process that we have started.
Yeah.
So I think I would say I am grateful to be part of commercial forestry, which I know many youth out there want blue collar jobs, but potential is there. There is a lot of money in commercial forestry. I can assure that. Yes.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
You know, when you're saying there is a lot of money. All right, so we're going to take a short break here, but I think you've had it right from Damaris. There is a lot of money in commercial forestry. That's a very good place for us to take a break. And then when we come back, I'm sure you're going to be asking, where is the money?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a short break. We're coming back to this conversation. We're going to go away, keep it here, and we're going to be talking. Please give us your comments, and then we engage after the break. Thank you.
There's no nation, no town, no city without fathers.
Being a Holy Spirit driven church is New Testament. the quality of the message. It was based in Acts chapter 2.
And I took my Bible and I went from street to street. Is anybody dead here?
We never met those miracles a reason to appeal for money or to be known. No.
Tracing the Mantles is a program whose core is to identify mantle carriers from our fathers.
That Catholic woman stood and he was sliding everywhere. He said, oh yes, now this is the black Catholic woman.
But these are not only mantles, but spiritual authorities that have paid the cost, stood the test of time,
you are given 6 hours to leave the country,
and made lots of sacrifices for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Many of us invested in the school, college, university ministry.
But these are not only mantles, but spiritual authorities.
One of the things that bring revival in this country is the power of the Holy Spirit, the presence of the Holy Spirit.
Catch Tracing the Mantles every Sunday from 8:30, hosted by Pastor Sunda Juma, only on Elevate TV. Explore a world of knowledge at Elevation Bookshop. Dive into topics like marriage, money, and spiritual growth with our vast reading materials. But that's not all. We are thrilled to introduce new additions like stationeries, notebooks, modeling clay, dictionaries, pencils, kamusi, and more. And calling all students, gear up for success with our back-to-school items, providing you with everything you need to excel in every subject. At Elevation Bookshop, we're here to assist you in finding the perfect resources for your journey. Do you have specific preferences or looking for something special? Visit us at Kenya Cinema Plaza, mezzanine floor, or contact us on 0748 902 225. Elevation Bookshop. Enrich your life.
Welcome back to this Monday morning digest. We are talking about commercial forest farming and conservation. This is a very amazing conversation here, and we're doing very amazing insights. Some of you perhaps have some piece of land somewhere, lying idle, or maybe your parents, or another group of people. If you have commercial land, wherever, if you have land in Kenya, don't dismiss it. Even if you think it's very dry, there is a way that land can actually be turned into a commercial money-making forest. And I have the people here who have the ideas. And so before we went to the break, we were talking about you were telling us about how you operate, how you work at Damaris, with the farmers. So you link those farmers, for example, who actually tell you, oh, I have 2 acres of land, let's work on this, let's do a forest. You are able actually to take the person right from the what kind of trees to plant. You said you have tools for making that determination, and then the maturity, then what they need to do to grow the trees. And then when they are ready, you link them up to the millers, the saw millers. And you also say that the demand for forestry product, the trees, the inputs, is bigger than the supply.
Yes.
You need to tell that to our to our young people.
Yes. So I think, like I said, so if I would start, the process is usually we engage the customer who has the idle land, and then we start right from site species matching, which I said is getting to see which is the best species for the certain geographical area where your land is located. And then from there we now get seedlings that are certified. The Kenya Forestry Research Institute is one of our partners, and also there's an organization, a privately led organization called Plantech Kenya. They provide high quality, highly improved seedlings. This enhances the product traceability, that even at the end, the product is going to be of high quality.
Okay.
So it has to start right from production. So that is why we get quality seedlings that are certified. We have certified tree nurseries, and on that note, we work with local CBOs and associations. So back home, I am a youth member of Tree Growers Association of Nyandarua.
Okay.
And they have certified seedlings. They have been able to raise seedlings that are certified. So to bring the aspect of working together with the community, because we have to on board, it is our obligation to work together with the community.
Correct.
So we buy seedlings from the associations and the CBOs, and then we plant the seedlings, and then for us is to ensure that the forests that we have established for our customers, we are bridging the gap of direct management, because most of the customers, like you said, are in towns. They are professionals, they are people living in diaspora, so they cannot be able to directly manage. So we manage for them, and then once the trees have matured, because we have links with sawmillers, there is what they want. There is a sawmiller who would want eucalyptus. There's a sawmiller who would want products for poles, selling the poles, the fencing poles. There are those ones who would want, there's something called veneer. There are those ones who would want veneer. There are those ones who would want roundwood. Roundwood is just the normal tree that has been cut and taken. So we have links with those sawmillers,
yes.
And that is where right now we have been doing it. That is where I was saying we are integrating technology into it, where we have a platform where they come and they meet together and they get to interact. So if I want seedlings, we can be able to link you to the person who wants seedlings. And also after the trees have matured, at the moment we are the ones who link you as pastor to maybe a sawmiller who wants their specifications.
Okay.
And yeah, that is
wonderful, wonderful. And maybe the bit Reverend, you can tie up is the bit about how do you ensure that farmers are not being exploited by the sawmillers, because sawmillers are commercial in the they are commercially oriented. Do they pay promptly? How would you compare, say for example, how would you compare tree farming, commercial forest farming, and maybe coffee farming? I know Nyandarua and Nyahururu, I mean you guys in Laikipia and Nyandarua, there's a big push for coffee farming, for example, and it turns out that you guys can become very good coffee farmers and stuff like that. So maybe you can speak into that, because then we can come back to what people can now do to get involved.
Actually, there are different actors who uptake our product.
Okay.
There are those who are actually there are those who are in the timber yard sector. There are those who are middle. We have the multinationals. I will not mention them here. The multinationals are very well organized.
Yes.
And they do their business professionally.
Okay.
Them that exploit farmers is those who are from down there.
Yeah. The T-Bayard guy.
The T-Bayard, because they have their own mechanization of converting the raw wood into timber.
Right.
And sometimes they don't go straight to the farmers, they use a middleman. So this middleman sometimes reap a lot.
Okay.
More than the farmer who has waited for 10, 15 years, depending on the species you planted. And what we are doing now is, I'm happy that quite a lot of multinationals, they like to work with organized people.
Okay.
And when they have come to our organization, they see we are organized, then we can talk business with them. So there is no middleman. ours as an association, me being a farmer, the way I cannot be exploited.
Yes.
Because our organization can also be a middleman.
Right.
Are you getting it?
Yes, you can also turn your organization to a middleman, a very exploitative.
Yes.
Middleman.
As an actor.
Yes.
In the industry.
Yes.
I cannot allow that to go that way.
Okay.
And that is something we have embraced as an organization.
Okay.
We have to link our customers to the best market.
Okay.
Where they will not be exploited. They will come with their professionalism.
Yes.
And they will come and do the value of your forest. Of course, we are educating our farmers how to do the valuation of their product or their trees before they are cut.
Yes.
Because middlemen will come and say, we will know how much your trees is worth when it is down.
Yes.
And if you disagree, there's no way you can bring back the tree to where it was. So we are training our farmers, and that is why I'm encouraging those who are doing it outside our organization to join our organization.
Yes.
We are Farm Forest Small Producers Association of Kenya.
Okay.
FF-SPAK.
So FF-SPAK.
Yeah.
That is
Farm Forest Farm Forest Smallholders Producers Association of Kenya.
All right. Okay.
It's a national organization.
Okay.
Which I'm the chairman.
Okay.
And our offices are not very far. They are here opposite Bomas of Kenya, Muiri Road.
Okay.
You will see our signage on your left as you go along that Muiri Road.
Okay.
That's where our office is. You meet our staffs there.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we do.
Okay.
Then we allow the company to go now and negotiate with the farmer. Already the farmer is negotiating from a point of knowledge.
Yes, they know my forest, my trees are worth this much.
Actually, after this show, we are traveling all the way to Nyeri.
Okay.
Precisely at Odhaya.
All right.
To help our farmer who is residing in Nyandarua.
Yes.
To how to value his trees so that when the customer comes.
Yes.
She will have that information. And that, information is power.
That's correct.
If you don't have the information, you'll be misused.
Yes.
So we are training our farmers. When now the market comes, or the consumer comes, or the buyer comes, the farmer always have the information.
Wow.
And this is what most of our farmers are ignoring.
Yes.
Sometimes we offer it free. But of course, if you are not a member of our organization, you have to pay a fee, as we do the valuation of your forest.
Yes.
That's one of the benefits of joining
the association.
So the farmer will negotiate. Now the association is not there. Then you'll get your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. I think you really laid out, this whole commercial farming business. It requires, if I were to summarize, is that first of all, it starts with if you have some idle land and you're not quite sure what to grow, and you don't have the presence and the capacity and the to grow, say, a commercial crop like beans or maize or something like that, that there is a huge opportunity to do commercial forest farming, and you're talking about choosing the right species of trees, and then of course the options that are available in terms of what is in demand in the market, and then now of course working with the key actors. Maybe you can tell us about Madame Damaris, especially for the young people. A lot of young people actually perhaps are looking for opportunities everywhere. Any idea can help. Some of the sources of information, for example, if somebody goes to Godfrey, what sort of information should they be looking for? And can they actually, did you, by the way, study forestry as such, or how did you acquire the kind of knowledge you already have? So because I'm imagining that somebody would like to kind of if they want to follow you, maybe this is where they should start.
Yeah, I think to surprise you, I didn't do forestry.
Okay.
I did finance. But of course, there is no limit to you getting knowledge. So I've been able to work with partners who, like I have a couple of courses with the FAO who are in the forestry sector. So it's a matter of not limiting yourself. You might have done a course and you have another interest. Don't limit yourself to maybe what you have acquired academically, because the resources are out there. We only have to make a point of getting intentional about learning and building up on our interests, because they have been able to, in collaboration with the Godfrey and other partners, like also Gatsby Africa is another key partner, whom we have been working together, the Food Agriculture Organization. These are people who have provided the resources and materials to get me where I am in terms of my knowledge and regarding forestry. And on top of that, we work with foresters. And I understand the issue of unemployment is key in the country. So I work with young people, because the people who have done forestry and they don't know where to go. So I work with them to see how if there is anything that's needed in terms of advice to our farmers. We ensure that, because we have to enhance professionalism in our work, so we work with foresters. And I think also in regards to the issue of, you mentioned about, sorry, maybe it will come later, but
okay.
But I think the issue of resources, they are out there. If you go to the websites, there is usually so many courses, like the FAO. If you get into their website, you will get to see they have very many courses regarding forestry and all that. So I think that's
a good place.
Key.
Yeah,
yes,
that's a good place.
Actually, let me add on what she is forgetting, because I got it from you. It's about the issue of carefree and the government agencies. How farmers can. You realize that most of the government employees are dwindling. They are retiring, and there is no new employment.
Okay.
So it's not like the earlier years or the earlier days when we used to have extension officers.
Okay.
Today's are demand driven. You have to go there and say what you want from them.
Okay.
They don't come now to the ground as extension officers.
Yes.
And that's where now we come in as an organization. We can we take youths within our organization, because we have them. They are our members. Then we go for the one staff we can get from either KFS or Godfrey. They can come on board and do the training, so that we can have trainers of trainers.
Okay.
So these are the people who are doing the services to our farmers.
Okay.
Yes. And that's how we are bringing that information out to our farmers.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So and then of course there is one more thing we have to discuss.
Okay.
The very ugly problem of subdivision of land. I think during the break we said that is an issue we are going to go into. So those of you that are following this conversation, we want to assure you that if you go into commercial tree farming, you are ready for a surprise. Joshua Limo here, a very awesome conversation, eye-opener. I've never thought of such great venture, great works, the Karanjas. That's coming from Joshua Limo. Joan Gikonyo says, beautiful work from this channel. Your overnight worship moment makes us feel good, God's presence in our sleep. We would love to be able to repeat them every time after be uploading it for us. Thank you. My goodness. You know, there are people following Elevate TV all the way from all kinds of places. And so thank you very much indeed. Let me just check if there are some of the comments on the Facebook side of things. And we can sample some of your comments. And we will know. Yeah. So we have Kelitu. Wamwei, okay. all round table. I have some idle land in Laikipia. Can you help me in it? Yeah, Kelly to ka mweai. Kelly to come where we're going to link you up with my guests here. If you have idle land in Laikipia, you are in for the money. The experts are here. The chairman of this very national organization that is bringing together all the farmers, commercial forest farmers, and all the opportunities that are there. They have a lot of information. They are here. So Kaletu, we're going to be linking you up. So please stay tuned in so that you can learn more. So let's talk about the agri problem of subdivision of land going on across the nation, in the counties. There are many conveyance lawyers that have camped in the counties, subdividing anything they can get into quarters and eighths. How is that going to impact commercial forest farming?
I know as a pastor, you know the story of this guy who was called Thomas.
Right.
The spirit of Thomas is all over.
Right.
And they want to see it before they believe.
Yes.
When I entered into the forestry farming, people were wondering how I can do it.
Yes.
Right from the family circle. But since it was in me, and I felt this is a God-given gift, I had to pursue it against all odds.
Okay.
One being the papers which betrayed me.
Yes.
Let me say you can be betrayed by papers, but the gift from God will never betray you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know your generation and my generation. I know what the trauma we went through. Yeah. So if you miss one mark, you can't get into university.
So
you felt devastated and lost.
So I decided to do it practically.
Okay.
I'm hands-on.
Yes.
If you check the fingernails of my daughter, you will not see the color.
Changa.
You will not see what do we call them?
The nails, the polish.
The polish.
Yes.
Because her hands is on the
soil.
On the soil. And especially as we are going for the rainy season.
Okay.
She'll be in gumboot and overall.
Yeah. Okay.
Doing what is needed of her.
Okay.
So when you go and tell people don't subdivide the land, they will really oppose you.
Okay.
Because they want quick money.
Okay.
From their land.
Yes.
But we decided as a family, the land we have will never subdivide.
Okay.
So that people can see. And we have agreed as a family, the land we have in Kenya will never subdivide.
Okay.
Because we want to pursue the forestry.
Okay.
And because we want people to see it is doable.
Right.
You can leap generation after generation through forestry.
Wow.
So them that are planning to subdivide, I will encourage you not to subdivide.
Yes.
This is the reason as to why. The timber demand is growing greatly. Kenya cannot supply. Actually, this country is importing wood from Uganda, Tanzania, and even as far as Congo. Because the demand is so high.
Yes.
So them that will make sure that their land is not subdivided, they are the future millionaires.
Wow.
Because we are putting in place how these farmers, their forest can be certified so that they can enter into the international market and even in the international investors who are coming in Kenya.
Wow.
I remember one time we did an inventory in our organization in Nyandarua before I ascended to the national level. And this analysis was in public domain. And an investor wanted to develop a wooden city here in Kenya. They came to us after going through our findings.
Yes.
Actually, it was the first inventory to be done in Africa on the private forest land owners.
Okay.
Of course, we were. It's a very expensive process.
Yes.
But he had support from UN.
Yes.
An investor came We have seen you have what it takes. We need wood from you, and we can see you can supply. But the question they asked is, are your forests certified? Then we said no. Only to realize even the state forests are not certified in Kenya. So to enter into the national, to the international market,
yes,
and even to the international investors who are coming to Kenya,
yes,
forests have to be certified.
Okay.
It's a process.
Yes.
And them that will not subdivide their land and put it into forestry,
yes,
get it from me.
Yes.
As an actor, pastor,
yes,
they are the future millionaires.
Wow.
And the beauty of this is that the 70% of our population in Kenya,
yes,
is this age.
Yes.
And they are in the working class.
Yes.
They are the ones who are buying land.
Yes.
Others are outside the country.
Yes.
If they not subdivide, because there are people who buy and speculate, a bypass will pass through that way.
Yes.
A city is proposed to be in that way. Target that if that city comes, I will be the supplier of wood in that city.
Wow.
You'll supply, and your rad will be there, and you continue supplying from your generation to the next generation.
Wow.
So the government, we are calling the government to come up,
yes,
very strongly, and
yes,
especially the county governments,
yes,
to curb the menace of subdivision of land. Because the future of forests in this country is in the farm forest. The state forests, they don't expand. That's why I'm saying the future of forest is in farm forestry.
Yes.
We have land where we can extend forestry. That's why I'm saying the future of forestry is in the farmland.
And you know that's a very important point, because there has been a lot of initiatives, you know, a lot of talk about, for example, I think even the current government had said that they want to expand the forest cover, I think, to meet the target, I think the global UN target,
the UN target,
of 10%,
yes,
forest cover. But you're saying that can be achieved once you show the people where the money is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because you see, it's one thing, and maybe Damaris can comment on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know young people in your generation who are activists, you know. They plant trees, you know, and they take selfies, you know, on the tree planting day.
Yeah.
And just pose as environmental actors and all that, climate change, the world is going to go up in smoke in 10 years and all that. They buy all that manenos and the global warming and all that. And then you realize it's one thing to activate, to be an activist for climate change, but another being to be a contributor to actually solving the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, speak to that.
So I think it comes from a point of the attitude.
Right.
And I think the narrative out there right now is, and especially, sorry to say, among the activists, is that you only need to plant trees and not cut trees. That's the narrative out there. But what we are coming to say is there needs to be that change of the mind and how you think, because even in the advent of climate change and how we can mitigate, actually having wooden products is what we need. Because so the point I'm trying to drive is that we have to cut the trees, but in a sustainable way.
Okay.
And because even if we are looking at the reducing the GHG gas emissions, if you look at the wooden products, they actually store carbon. They do not release the carbon.
Okay.
So we have to not only think about just plant, do not cut. I think we need to do sustainable forestry.
Absolutely.
That is what is needed. And it has got to have a point of changing of the mind and being creative to see how, like you said, how are we going to contribute? Because getting to provide to the international markets, that of course is giving a rise to the GDP of the country. That is a contributing.
Yes.
So I think it's all in the mind. We have to see how, in as much as we are conserving, and in as much as we are practicing forestry, we need to see how we do it in a sustainable way.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Damaris. This is absolutely very valuable, because what you are saying is, for example, once you grow a tree, and because a tree is actually is a combination of carbon and oxygen and all that, and you know, I mean, it's a carbon based product. So the tree itself absorbs carbon for it to become a tree.
Yes.
And so every single tree you grow is absorbing carbon from the atmosphere. I mean, the hard scientists bear me out on that. And so even when you convert it to a desk or a table, the carbon does not escape.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the carbon is still trapped in the table.
Yeah.
So more power to the use of the products of trees.
Yeah.
And as long as there is somebody who is actually motivated to grow another tree for money, then that becomes a sustainable system.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. We have just enough time just to close this. And thank you all of you that have been following. Kailetu, we're going to give you contacts here. I'm sure our viewers here. So we need to give people information, final information, the set of information. Somebody watching and is interested in this commercial forest farming. What sort of information? Where should they go? Should they link up with you directly? Is it your organization? Do you have a website? WhatsApp number and Facebook and etc. So look at the camera and give that information, and then Damaris will give her parting shot.
Yeah.
Actually, the future of farm forestry is great. That's where the money is currently, and especially for the young people. The way you can get in touch with us, personally as the chairman, you can get me through my number. That is 0720-496-341. When you get me into through that number, I can also link you to our secretariat, where now more information can be relayed.
Okay, so you can give the name of that association again.
Yeah, the association is Farm Forest Smallholders Producers Association of Kenya.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's the number, that's the link. Those of you who wants to link up with the Farm Forestry Smallholder Producers Association, please get in touch. Damaris, your parting shot. I think those cameras there.
Yeah, so I think mine would be one to the youth. There is potential, you have potential as a youth, and from where you come from, because I went back home and realized the potential that lies in commercial forestry. So go back home, look at potential that is there, and raise the standards from where you are at home. And also you can reach us at DABEN Miti Enterprise in all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on our website, dabenwamitienterprise.co.ke. We will leave the links, and reach us on 0701-346484 and get in touch with us for more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Monday Morning Digest. I believe you have learned so much, and this is amazing. I am really just thrilled by the amount of information that has been released. So God bless you so much, and keep it Elevate TV. We'll see you another day, another Monday Morning Digest next week. God bless you, and from me, it's bye, and see you next week. Bye-bye.